Okay, listen, okay, we need to talk. Please feel free to skip to this timestamp to go straight to the heart of this video and why you probably clicked on it in the first place. I completely understand, no hard feelings. I would likely skip my inane ramblings as well, but there's some things I just gotta mention for those who are sticking around for the full shebang. First off, I appreciate the heck out of you for staying, and you are awesome and lovely and amazing. And second, if I seem a bit frazzled, it's because I kind of am. I wasn't sure if I would be making a follow-up on YandereDev or Alex, since I just can't, even with his online handle. Or at the very least, I hadn't expected to be making one so soon after my initial video. But shortly after it was posted, I was contacted by a few different people who supplied more information that I wasn't aware of prior to making the first video. Since if I did know, I absolutely would have reworked the entire video and made this topic the priority. Because I initially covered something that is definitely very negative pertaining to Alex's character, but discussed how if he gave a genuine apology, then it would be possible to begin making amends with everyone for his past misdeeds. However, the subject of today's video is not something that can be so easily forgiven. And unfortunately, it's apparently also not as well known as the other things that have been going around about Alex, which is why people brought it up to me and asked that I cover it, and I felt it was important to bring awareness to it. If you've been around my channel for a while, you probably know why it's a bit ironic, but for the newbies, this is not the first time I've discussed this sort of topic on my channel pertaining to a specific individual. This isn't even the second time. This will be the third video of this subject matter. Move over, Chris Hansen. I don't know how I ended up being someone to, for lack of a better word, expose predators. It just tends to irk me when people take advantage of others, particularly when the victim is someone much younger and the situation leans toward a more inappropriate nature. I'm sure there's a therapist somewhere who can surmise more of my perspective, but the point is, this isn't the first time I've made a video of this type. This is something I take very seriously. I'd also like to point out that these are allegations which are not mine. I am simply relaying what has been stated by the accuser, and I will give my thoughts and opinions on it later. I will include links in the pinned comment to all the information I'll be referencing and reading from, and I don't think I can put this off any further, so let's get started. A few years ago, in 2017, a user by the name of Sisefs, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, made a post alleging that she and Alex, who went by the username Eva Zephon at the time, were in an online relationship when she was 14 years old and he was 21 years old. Being so young at the time, she didn't realize how inappropriate it was and basically just went along with it. In this post, she describes how during their relationship, Alex asked her for photos minus any clothing, had frequent sexual conversations, and even pleasured himself to her over webcam. I'm trying to be as YouTube friendly as possible here, if that wasn't obvious enough already. She emphasizes that Alex was fully aware of her age, but that he had attempted to justify it by saying he had been homeschooled, so this was his way of making up for missing the opportunity to date someone while in school. At some point, she had decided to break up with him since, among other things, he was showing interest in other girls and was very obsessive over sex, being all around obscenely skeevy, and when his pleas to get back together failed, he banned her from his stream where they met and frequented, and he proceeded to spread lies about her to save face. According to Alex, Sisefs was an attention seeker who sent unsolicited, inappropriate pictures to him, and he deleted them the instant he received them. Something important to note is that Alex has contradicted himself, and his defense has changed from saying she looked over 18, and that makes it okay that he received the photos, to later claiming she looked underage, and that's why he immediately deleted them, supposedly absolving him of all blame in this situation. His moderators have even tried to claim Sisefs doesn't even exist, even though Alex himself has confirmed she does, so no one on Alex's side seems to be able to get their story straight. Shortly after, a post was made on Kiwi Farms that corroborated everything Sisefs had said, and stating at the time Alex had openly acknowledged his relationship with her despite the age difference, also confirming that she broke up with him, which resulted in her ban, and also going on to describe similarities between his negative behavior back then and today, with acting immature and very creepily obsessing over fictional young female characters, and claiming Alex had also engaged in inappropriate behavior with not one, but two additional underage girls. Then, about a year later, Sisefs returned with a new post providing some screenshots which don't prove much of anything definitive. However, there is an email she had sent to her friend from 2009, 8 years before her initial allegation post, where she told her friend about her relationship with Alex, describing him as childish, with anger issues, and obsessed with sex, and that she was giving him everything she could, which definitely implies the existence of nude photos. Now, does the evidence prove without a shadow of a doubt that these accusations are 100% irrefutably true? Honestly, no. But does it give serious cause for concern and seem like this is a likely possibility of something that actually happened? I believe yes. Especially since Alex has little to no credibility due to his own past and recent atrocious behavior, which I described in my last video. And even his debunk page trying to defend himself is full of half-truths or proven flat-out lies intended to further gaslight his fans and paint himself as a victim in every scenario possible. And he has a history of making weird, inappropriate statements relating to sex and underage girls, including at one point stating he pities pedophiles, and also floating an idea along the lines of doing away with the age of consent and instead instituting a sex license where someone needs to take a test that determines if they're ready for sex, with the example age given being someone 14 years old. Seems incredibly coincidental, and conceptually it's just all sorts of absurd. Of course, you're welcome to come to your own conclusions, but after all the pieces of the puzzle are put together, I'm inclined to believe Sisef's accusations. Now, this is the part I dread most in these sorts of videos, and it's so unfortunate I have to reiterate this each and every time, but sadly it is necessary because I know there will be comments along the lines of, "Oh, this was so long ago, it doesn't matter now," or "She went along with it, so it's fine," or "You're just a hater and making YandereDev depressed." And I will say right now, none of that is relevant. It does not matter how long ago it was. Alex, as a legal adult, allegedly took advantage of an underage girl for his own sexual gratification. It does not matter that she agreed to it. She was 14 years old and legally still a child, therefore cannot consent to anything of that nature. And as I mentioned in my last video, the majority of the hate and negativity Alex has to deal with is a result of his own actions. His ineptitude as a coder and being an absolute asshat to his fans, we can put that aside. This is something far more serious that cannot be forgiven. If this is true, again, these are just allegations and any accusations made are not mine and any statements from myself are mere opinions and speculation, and if the girl had enough evidence to come forward to the authorities, Alex would likely be in prison right now and be registered as a sex offender for the rest of his life. Let me make this clear. If you're still skeptical about these accusations despite all the creepy and pedophilic things Alex has said and done, even in his own game, I mean, come on, using panty shots of underage girls as currency, having rivals who are legal adults pursuing this high school boy, super ew. Anyway, if you're still skeptical despite all that, then while I may question your judgment, that's still your business. That's fine. But if you were someone who takes it a step further and harasses this girl, which unfortunately many have done in defense of Alex, then you are a scumbag of the worst kind. You bring such deep shame to yourself and those around you. So please don't be stupid. Even though these allegations cannot be 100% proven, I would much rather be wrong because I believed someone who ended up being a liar than end up being wrong because I believed someone who did such terrible things to children. So once again, I won't condone harassment of any kind towards anyone, but I will enthusiastically encourage everyone to stop supporting this person who I feel could very likely be a predator. Don't watch his videos, don't support his game, and don't contribute to his Patreon, because he doesn't deserve the platform and notoriety he currently has. Share this video if you'd like. Spread awareness so he can't take advantage of anyone else again. And since Alex is of the firm belief that anyone who posts negative videos about him are nothing more than clickbait drama YouTubers trying to sell an amusing narrative for profit, I will be donating and matching any money this video makes to RAIN, the National Sexual Assault Hotline that aims to prevent sexual violence and help survivors by providing resources and support. In the 25 years they've been operating, RAIN has helped over 3 million survivors and their loved ones. I'll include a link in the video description if you'd like to check them out or make a donation yourself. It's certainly not much, but anything to offset the damage this creep has done. Thank you for watching. I will definitely be sure to keep an eye on this dumpster fire, and maybe there will be more videos like this in the future. I can't say for sure. Last time I said maybe, eventually, and yet here we are. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!